All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is July 20th, 2024. A beautiful, beautiful day here where I am and across the world. Whether it's raining or any other inclement weather, it's still beautiful. We have an opportunity to give an opportunity to say thank you. It's still a great day. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So you right on time to help me wish your cousin and Marcus's niece, Miss Autumn Nicole Holmes, a happy belated birthday. Just down the road in here in Texas,
Oh yeah.
turning a wonderful number. Of course, you don't say the woman's age, but we gonna congratulate her on having a happy birthday. Got to see Marcus go down there and be a proud Uncle Daddy down there, going live with her. It's just beautiful
Right.
to see. So happy birthday to you, Autumn. I know that you peek in from time to time to see how things are going with us. And this is a wonderful thing to have that happen. Another trip around the sun.
Right.
Yeah. So we're doing great. We're doing great here. And I see you got on our shirt.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't. I don't, you know what? I don't have a Blue Jay jersey. I'm shocked. I might have one, man. I just probably
Old
gave.
school Jack Morris.
I don't have. I thought I had Cecil Fielder, but then when I went into my memory bank, I might have gave it away. I don't know why, but it's in there. I'm sure it's.
What was Joe, the guy who kept hitting all the home runs every time they would win the World Series? What
Joe
was his
Carter.
name? Joe Carter. Yeah, yeah. He was. I always see him with his hands up. With his hands up.
Yeah, they did have a team back then. That was a nice team.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. With them being the closest team next to Chicago and Cleveland and us, I kind of like the Blue Jays because that was always a good rivalry for the Tigers back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe Carter.
Well, all right. Good morning again. Just thank you everybody for coming out. Don't forget to click like, click share, and let them know we out here. It is Saturday morning, a little after 11 Eastern, a little after 10 Central. And like we said, we trying to be the soul train of this generation. So come on in and we on Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I got my Twitch page right here going. I got my LinkedIn page going so I can try and keep up and see and monitor everything as it comes across. Don't forget to go ahead and make some comments on your pages. Since they're linked together, they should show. They should show what your comments are. We love to have your comments as a part of the show because without you, there is no show. Speaking to you, you voted on this topic to be the topic of the week. It was close with another one that we're going to discuss a little bit later. EA Sports, college football 25. This has been a much anticipated game for years. They took it away for a little while, but it's back. It was originally Bill Walsh College Football back in 1993. Morning, Stephen, from the great state of Florida. On the cover, they got Ewers, Edwards, and Hunter. Brock Ewers from Texas, Edwards from University of Michigan, and Hunter from Colorado. Good morning, Ms. Baldwin. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And so my first question is, has the game lived up to the hype? What you think?
You mean the video game?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I haven't played it. So the last time I don't even know when the last time I played a video game. It's been a minute. So yeah, I would have to actually sit down and too many buttons and come back with too many buttons, man. You actually got to go to college to play one of them games. That should be a course.
Well, I can tell you, people do it, so much that I don't think it really bothers them. When you got 8 buttons and 4 or 5 buttons per hand, it's a little bit easier for you to do because you do it all the time. I agree with you. I was actually a gamer for coming out of high school and college. I didn't own a gaming set, but I would play it all the time with friends. And it got to the point where I was about to start missing classes. And I said, oh no. I remember playing, and that was like 5 minutes away. The class was on the other side of campus. I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I stopped playing cold turkey because we would play all night, and I would have a lot of fun doing it. It was just a lot of fun. But
you almost missed class.
I almost missed class. I said, I paid too much money for me to be missing class, and I had to go cold turkey. Even though every now and then I'll play an old school stand up game with the track ball and the little knob on it. I'll play those. If I see somewhere, if I'm out somewhere, they had one at the job, I'll play that. But in terms of going and buy a PS5 or going to picking up an old school game like that, I know me because I want to learn it and beat it and no.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. All right, I'm gonna catch you up, Greg. I see you put a message through. Let's see here. Steven said, "Who's on the cover?" We got Brock Ewers out of Texas. We got Braylon Edwards in Michigan. Not Braylon Edwards, but Edwards, the running back from Michigan, and Hunter, the defensive back for Colorado. Those three guys are on the cover this year. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get find a link for you, Greg. And as I continue to talk, we're gonna get you in here. Let's see here. Has it lived up to the hype? I will say yes, because as soon as the pre-sale came through and everybody started getting their games, they were showing it online. A lot of my friends whose kids play college ball, they started showing their kids, how they highlight the players. They came through the pictures and their stats and everything that's on there. Of course, there's a few drawbacks. No HBCUs were included this year. There's actually a high school team that you can play. Some of the better high school teams. You can make leagues with it. Now, was Bo Jackson the man on Techmo Bowl, or was it college football?
Techmo Bowl.
Techmo Bowl. Okay. All right. Because I know that Bo Jackson was like the man on one of them.
Yeah, it was Techmo Bowl. It was what was the quarterback? I can't remember the quarterback, but it was Bo Jackson and Tim Brown, and I think Willie Galt was on there too. Yeah.
And they were the man on those games. And that was another one I played all the time. My good buddy Derek, he would only play with those guys, and he would beat everybody, no matter what the score was. If he was down 2 touchdowns, he was going to come back and beat us playing that game.
Yeah, Techmo Bowl. Yeah, Techmo Bowl was all right. Yep.
Yeah, those were the days. See, I'm getting excited thinking about those days when I was just, young and carefree, didn't have very many bills, just responsibility of school. But would I trade to go back to those days again? Nah, I like being grown. Because when you're not grown and you're not paying your own bills, that means you gotta do what other folks say, and I like doing what I like to say. Within reason. Of course, you gotta listen to when you got a spouse, you can't just up and go, but you gotta be you gotta do what you're supposed to do. That's just the best way to put it. All righty, let's see here. What's going on? No, my screen went away, but it's okay. I'm gonna be right back on in a second. That'll give me a chance to do a commercial. Don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget to get the book. Can you see it? It was Prime Day the other day. Did you get your book? Gratefulness Journey Every Day. Let me move it over just a little bit since we got the split screen by that young man, Mr. Marcus Holmes, who just made it back in time, back into Detroit before all of the craziness happened with the shutdown.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Whoosh. So they got it fixed or no?
It's I want to say 90% back up. I know my job, we were down for a minute, and the call went out from everybody to get everybody back on track, and it happened pretty quickly. So good thing for that. Let's see, good thing that happened really quickly. We were back up and running. I was actually able to start relatively on time and get my work done.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
All right, moving forward, we're going to talk about the WNBA. Their All-Star Game and weekend has started. Last night, Miss Allisha Gray from the Atlanta Dream won the 3-point contest and the skills contest. So she was really excited about that. She got to carry this big old crystal trophy, and congratulations to her. I felt bad for Erica Wheeler. She didn't make it on time because she got caught up in the and missed her flight because of the outage.
Oh, okay.
which is kind of odd. She was replaced by her teammate Kelsey Miller. They both play for the Indiana Fever. I don't know why they weren't on the same plane or gotten out earlier, but that's how it worked out. But congratulations, Miss Allisha Gray, on the Atlanta Dream. They got some pretty cool uniforms. I do like their uniforms that Atlanta Dream have, and it's a pretty good season so far for the WNBA. Lots of great things are happening. Team USA plays against the All-Star team tonight in Phoenix for the actual All-Star game. The All-Star team is being coached by Cheryl Miller, the incomparable historical Cheryl Miller, former Phoenix Mercury coach. And my first question is, why wouldn't the coach with the best record coach the WNBA All-Stars? I know we're trying to draw an audience, but whoever that coach was, she earned that. Well, why wouldn't she be able to do so? So
who was the so who would have been though? Who would the coach would have been for the team, the All-Star team?
The New York Liberties coach. They're in first place.
Who was the coach for the Liberty? I know it's not Teaspoon no more. It used to be Teresa Weatherspoon. I don't know who it is now.
Let's see. Teaspoon is in Indiana.
Oh, yeah. Teaspoon coach is the Fever. Right. Okay. Yep. I have no idea who is the coach for them. Well, I mean, but then you just said it in the comments. You said the historian Cheryl Miller, right? So you going to pass by Cheryl Miller?
Sandy Brondello, former Australian Olympian. She's a coach. She got named in 2022.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay, there you go. Sandy Brondello to Cheryl Miller. I think they'll choose Cheryl Miller every time.
Yeah, I understand that what they're trying to do. And Cheryl Miller has some great comments. She said that when they were asking her about the possibility of the $2.2 billion TV deal that's coming down, and the first thing she said was, "That's a low ball. That's a low ball deal, and it should be upwards of $8 billion." And because they know what's going on, they know what's happening, they know what's coming, and they should be doing a better job of making sure that the girls are taken care of. And to do that will help out in terms of not to be to pay them correctly. They'll be to have the security like they've been asking for. They'll be to have they're already getting the flights together. By the time they come back from the Olympic break, they'll have the flights all set up for the girls, so they can travel together without having to go through the irregular airports.
Okay.
So looking forward to having that happen. Of course, Delta is doing a great job of coordinating that. They do a great job of their knowing better connects the world over there. And thumbs up to Delta. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Right.
All right, let's see what else is going on. The USA, the All-Star, they're going on an Olympic style hiatus, much like the NHL, taking a little break from the 20th through the 15th. And there is news that quite possibly, Caitlin Clark could be added to the Olympic team. Miss Diana Taurasi has been suffering from a few injuries, and they're talking about trying to add Miss Clark to the team. What do you think?
Nah, man. Nope. No.
No, why not?
Why? Why?
I don't see why not. Quite honestly, I'm not saying they should have done it from the beginning. I think they were correct in adding Miss Taurasi. But if she's not available to play, go ahead and add her. Nope. I think that's a great thing. Say it again.
Add Angel Reese.
Well, I think that's well. You when we talking about position for position, we're talking about guard for a guard.
Okay, Angel Reese.
Injuries. I'm not saying that she doesn't belong on the team right now. I think that she should have been a part of the team as well.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. When you look at the young lady who was in Russia, she's not where she used to be, but she has a lot of international experience. So I can see why they chose her over Angel. But Angel isn't quite ready yet, in my opinion. And I think that, that was probably the better of the decision. Taurasi, keeping Taurasi at this point, the ball from you. And if there's an injury going down the line, make the switch like they did with Kawhi. We're going to talk about that a little bit in a few minutes. But for the men's Olympic team, in terms of the injuries that they're dealing with and the stuff that they have to deal with on daily basis, Greg says they shouldn't do it. It's a bad look. But Stephen is correct in saying his viewership. You're going to get more eyes, even if she probably won't play a lick. But just the fact that she's on the end of that bench, girls around the world know who that young lady is, and they'll be tuning in.
So if she's not going to play a lick, why be the distraction?
You think that would be a distraction?
Yeah, because you're not playing. Why? You could give that spot to somebody that you would actually put in the game, that you would actually benefit from her playing. If you're not going to play her, then look, we're not on tour with the Beatles, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, you either gonna play her or you're not. And act right as what they're saying is, if they was gonna play her, we wouldn't even be having this discussion because she would already be on the team. So adding her is gonna be a distraction. We're not. Look, this is not the Fab Five, and she's not the Beatles, man.
Here's what I think is a distraction with her not playing. There's 12 people on the team. There's 12 people. Everybody don't play.
Understood. Okay. Christian Laettner was 12 on the team. Did he play? No.
In the blowouts.
No, he didn't.
When they got up 30, he got 2 minutes.
No, he didn't.
He barely played.
He did not play. He didn't even play in the scrimmage. Let me break it down to you. He didn't even play in the scrimmage when they scrimmaged Chris Webber and Grant Hill now.
I agree.
Mike was like, he ain't nothing he could do with us. So how would he, if he couldn't play in the scrimmage, why would they put him in the tournament? They didn't play him. He didn't play
when the game was way out of reach. Danny Rich put him in when it was like a minute to go.
No, he didn't.
Games.
Number one, he shouldn't even been on the team. The spot should have went to Shaquille. But they put Christian because he just won the NCAA championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you on that.
Okay, so my point to her is, what has she done college-wise? Nothing. You went to 2 NCAA championships. You lost. We don't reward that.
She went to 1.
Okay, she went to 1. They don't reward that. If that was the case, Jalen and Chris would have to. Right? They lost to Duke their freshman year. They lost to Carolina their sophomore year. They would have to. We don't reward losing. That's my point, man.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But consider the circumstances with Diana Taurasi being injured, and if they have to make a change, who are they going to bring in? Now, there's probably some other girls in the league. Okay. The girl in Dallas.
If Taurasi sits down, and you're going to go, like you said, position for position, go get Sabrina from New York. They got the best record, right?
Yep.
Well, there you go. There's your answer.
I think she's already on the team. I didn't publish the team. You know what I was thinking? Is Diana Taurasi going to do the Larry Bird? Stay on the team and just sit on the sidelines. But
Larry Bird played. He didn't play a significant amount of minutes, but he played.
Right, yeah.
He can pick and choose when to play. Man, see, I get it. She came out of college. She's leading. She's the national lead scorer. Man, stop babying that chick, man. Look, you should have went back to school.
We can't say chick. We got to say young lady.
Okay.
Now, I got another name for you.
You should have went back to school then. You should have went back to Iowa. Because
I got a name for you. Listen, I got a name for you. Sidra O'Neal. Remember that name?
Who?
That's a character from a movie. Sidra O'Neal. That's the point guard from USC on Love and Basketball. I'm not gonna let no soft freshman take my spot. That's Diana Taurasi. Hurt or not, Diana Taurasi ain't coming off that team unless they make her. I can already tell you that now. With this speculation,
that's understood. But what I'm saying is, stop going and saying Caitlin should be on the team or Caitlin deserves a chance. No, she doesn't.
No, I don't say she deserves a chance. I never said she deserves a chance. But in terms of growing the game, big picture, all of those buzzwords, it would behoove USA women's basketball to have her a part of it. That's all I'm saying.
And she's on.
Does she deserve it? No.
It's a 12-player roster. Let's say she's the 12th player, and she's at the end of the bench. How many people are going to start the chants? We want Caitlin. That's what I'm saying, man. This is not a Beatles tour. If you don't get no Indiana Fever tickets, that's the only way you're going to see her. Other than that, you're not going to see her in the red, white, and blue. You're not going to see her on the USA team. Stop babying this female.
You think they're going to do that in Paris? You think the Parisians going to stand up and say, we want Caitlin? Or you think some producers going to go in the crowd and hype them up to say that?
I believe the people will do it. Because it's like she's on the – okay, have you watched the Summer League in Vegas? Yep. You see how they cheering Bronny? And he trash. There's my point. He trash. And they still want to see him. He trash. He hit 2 3. I sat there and watched the game the other night. He hit 2 3s the other night. You'd have thought the Messiah was coming back. I'm like, he trash. He garbage, man. He like this stuff that come in my mailbox, junk mail. That's what he ain't garbage. Now I'm good. I'm good, man. Stop babying these play. Like Shaq said, stop babying them.
I like this. Stephen Harris, the Olympic Committee, NBC, and NCAA want her on the team. Greg Brown said she turned on the All-Star game tonight to put her on the team. She did not. She declined to be in the 3-point contest. Let's see here. So they do play tonight, and so if she plays well against them tonight, we'll see. We'll see. Because I'll definitely be watching it. I've definitely been looking forward to this game.
You see what Greg Brown said. He said Felix is making a good point. That's the second time this guy has agreed with, because he know. I told him, man, just give me time. I stir the pot right, man. I get the sugar just
I'm gonna get you guys together and get some ice cream.
No, I'm just saying, man, just stop, man. Just stop, baby.
All right, let's move on to let's see, they get all the points in. Angel Reese double record ended at 15 in a row. Going down the stretch, she had 8 points. She's trying to get those last 2 points, and they put a triple, and quadruple team around her. They was like, "You are not about to get this record on us."
She should have shot it, and then they would have fouled it.
Yeah, she did have an opportunity to take a shot, but she passed the ball. She was on the wing. She faced up, and the girl gave her enough room where she could have just took a jump shot, but it was out of her range. So, but you know, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So she should have took that shot. All right, well, look, we're gonna move on to men's Olympic basketball right now. They are 3-0 after wins over Serbia, Canada, and Australia. At 3:00 Eastern today, they play South Sudan, and then on Monday at 3:00 Eastern again, they play South Sudan. The point I was making earlier is that KD is kind of out on injury, but they sent home a Kawhi, but why they sent home Kawhi? They're not sending home KD. So I want to make that point, kind of liken that to Taurasi. They're worried about Taurasi being injured and still playing and keeping Caitlin Clark around. So I want to go back to that point a little bit.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard got sent home. They worried about his knee. KD, then, since he hurt his Achilles, he's been strains and stresses since then, but he's still there. Why send home Kawhi and bring in the other guy from the Celtics, and not send home KD too? I don't understand that. What do you think?
Because Kawhi done robbed the league. That's why. San Antonio was the birthplace of this individual. San Antonio made him what he was, but San Antonio also destroyed what he was. Mm-hmm. So he's okay. So he like, I didn't give my blood, sweat, and tears to this one organization that when I really got hurt, and I really was hurt, they was like, ain't nothing wrong with you. Remember, Tony Parker came out and was like, we don't think nothing really. We think he faking.
Yeah.
What was the other guy's name? Ginobili. He was like, we got some of the best trainers and we think he faking. Tim Duncan never said nothing.
He said nothing.
Okay. So with that being said, I still say if he don't step on Pachulia's foot and twist his ankle, they upset the Warriors that year. I believe they upset the Warriors. And to validate back to the original question you asked me, once he starts seeing load management, I can get paid, and I only got to play this amount of games, and I'm gonna still get my full salary. There you go. There it is. And then once he left, his whole thing was, okay, I'm out of this bad situation in San Antonio. I'm about to go over here to Toronto, win this chip, and I'm gonna rub it all in San Antonio's face.
Yeah. They always said they banished him. They sent him to the furthest place away, the furthest and the coldest place you can send anybody from San Antonio all the way to Toronto.
And he did a one and done.
And
who did they upset? That team that he formerly lost to, the Warriors.
Yeah. I was happy to see that. I was happy to see that he did that. Because to me that wasn't right. That wasn't right. The way they did him.
It's a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong on how they conduct business, but it's a business, right? If Shaq would have took less money, he never would have got traded from LA.
Yeah, if Shaq had to listen to the right people, and he say that all the time. Had I not had those people in my ear, I should have stayed there and listened to Kobe and got in better shape. We would have won 7, 8, 9 in a row.
But we don't know that. We don't know that.
If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Right, we don't know that. Because who's to say Achilles? Who's to say Kobe don't still tear his Achilles? So then what? You was banking on Shaq to carry off? That wasn't gonna happen. Okay, so then the following year he tore the other Achilles. So I mean, who's to say that was gonna happen? We don't know.
Yeah. Did you hear that conversation about Jason Tatum? How he was when he was a kid, about 11 years old. LeBron wouldn't give him an autograph. Did you hear about that?
I didn't.
Yeah, Jason Tatum was talking about, they were interviewing him, saying how he was crying because LeBron wouldn't get him interview. And LeBron was like, did I ever tell you about that? He's like, no. LeBron said, so that's why you dunked on me in the Eastern Conference Finals that game, because you was getting your revenge? And they just laughed because he talked about, his uncle played with Shaq, his godfather played with Shaq, and Cleveland was trying to hook him up. And LeBron was like, I just ran out of time. I didn't diss the kid on purpose. You can't sign every autograph. You can do your best. So of course the kid grows up, he gets his revenge. All right. Once again, don't forget to click like, click share. Thank you, Dan, for coming in this morning. We got Greg, we got Steven. We having our great conversation as usual. All of the followers that like to come in and talk. Anybody else is out there, don't be afraid to say hello. Good morning, Nicole again. Thank you for everybody. Click like, click share. Let them know that we here. We on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Any of those platforms, we're doing our wonderful show. And thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to do this again. Also, don't forget to get the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day, by the one Mr. Marcus Holmes right here. It was Prime Day. You can still order it on Prime. You can still go to Prime, Amazon Prime, and have it in 2 days on your doorstep. If you have the key delivery, you can get it in your garage. If you live in the neighborhood where you may be worried about people stealing your packages, you can go and have it delivered to a local metal box where they take care of you. They make sure everybody get their stuff. All right, I'm gonna get back with you, Mr. Steven. I'm gonna look at that real quick. But before we do that, before we look at Steven's questions about Tiger, the Detroit Tigers are playing great baseball right now.
You believe that?
Dare we call it the Felix effect? Felix got to go see the game last week.
You know what? And I was sitting right next to Marcus. And I said, you know what? They probably gonna win because I'm down here.
They were losing though. They were down with 9-4.
Oh no, when okay, remember when you text me?
Yeah.
You was like, did you see Shanti's home run? I was standing in the line for some nachos because I heard the roar. And I looked and I seen that, they got the monitors. I seen him jogging. I said, man, it's over. So it went from the bottom of the eighth, it was 9-5, if I'm not mistaken. And then my man hit a homer. They came back-to-back homers. That made it 9-7. I say, Mark, watch this, man. They about to end up winning because I'm down here. And we ended up leaving in the bottom of the ninth when it was 9-9. By the time we got to the car, that's when it did. Because I was like, man, I don't even want to sing, man. I look, to the right of us, it wasn't nothing but a sea of blue. I mean, the Dodger fans, they travel.
Yeah,
to the right of us, it wasn't. I wanted to go sit over there with them.
And they probably were from New York because that's they don't get a chance to come that close in New York like they used to. Old school New Yorkers. They travel and see the Dodgers that they do. Wow. They're fourth in the Central right now, 12 games behind Cleveland. Won their last 3 series against Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Los Angeles. They're in Toronto last night where they won 5-4, I want to say. They've won 8 out of their last 10, 9 out of their last 11, 3 games in a row. The last 2 before the All-Star break and 1 last night. And so I keep the faith. I keep the faith. No matter what, we're going to do our best to keep them moving forward. We were talking last week. We were talking about the fat lady getting in the limo. I think she tore her dress. She had to go back in for some repairs, and she's in a holding pattern. She's in a holding pattern right now. They are 48-50, and they are they're like 2 games right now out of the wild card hunt for the American League. So
you're putting the horse in front of the carriage, my man. You're putting the horse in front of the carriage. You still got the trade deadline. Because if Scott mess around and trade my man, yeah, you can forget it. Look, man, everywhere I hear, they keep talking about they don't think he don't have the power to pull the trigger. How can you give him the power to pull the trigger if he ain't never pulled the trigger? He gonna have to make some type of trade. Some type of trade is gonna have to happen because your farm system, they're a little bit better, but you're not. Look, I said it here, and I'm gonna say it again. You're not going to the World Series. You might get to playoffs. You're not going to the World Series. So if you trade Scooble for right now, it's the Orioles and the Dodgers. That's in the. What you think they about to give you back in return for him? You want Kershaw? You want Kershaw? That's what you want.
No, I wouldn't take Kershaw. That's
so you're gonna give up a Ferrari for an Audi? That doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't do that. But a lot of good prospects. Speaking of prospects, the draft was last week. The number 1 draft pick was a kid out of Harvard Westlake in Los Angeles area. He's supposed to be a good player. He looked a little scrawny to me when I saw him, but that's what the farm is for. Send him down to AAA.
Yeah, bring Eric Badu back. How'd that work out? Right. Because eventually Keith gonna run out of gas. All that hitting y'all doing right now, eventually it's gonna come down to defense. Y'all don't have defense, so that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it sound good. I was like, okay, yeah, you won. Let me get my keys. Yeah, okay, yeah. You're not going to the World Series.
Well, let's see. Let's just see right now. The line is still drawn. We understand that. We talked about at the All-Star game where they were, and then they're doing well so far at the All-Star. So it's a good story. I know that much. It's a great story for me. Of course, I got on my Tigers today.
And like I said, come next month, because we are almost to the end of this month. Come next month, around the 8th, that's when preseason football starts, right?
Yep.
You're not even gonna be talking about the Tigers, because now we gotta start talking about these clowns, and I'm gonna be laughing again. So you know what? I just like how I just keep circling. We're gonna go from the Tigers to the Lions.
I tell you what, we need to get a GoFundMe started.
For what?
We can get you some tickets for the rest of the season to send you down there.
I'm not going back down there, man. Look, I give y'all my word. I went down there. I stayed. I came. I saw. I stayed. Had me a hot dog, some nachos. I went live. I did everything. I ain't going back down there, man. They couldn't even. They come knock on that door right now, and I wouldn't go back down there. For what?
We gonna call it the Felix effect. Tigers are doing well. It's the Felix effect.
Today it's gonna end. Let me make a few calls after this show over here. I know some people. I know some people that know some people. I was like, okay, they won. I mean,
you're gonna target Harding the team. You're gonna target when they come off the bus. You're gonna target Harding the team with a little Billy Club to the knee.
I'm gonna tell you like this. When I was sitting there with my two uncles, I felt like departing Major League when one guy hit the home run, and what's the name was like too high. And I was like, man, can we go, man? I mean, look, I seen a good game. I saw a great game. I got to interact with some good people, but I ain't going back. There's no reason for me to go back down. You're not going to the World Series. You ain't even going to the playoffs.
Okay.
I tell you when I really want to go, and I'm think I'm gonna make this one happen. I think I'm gonna go up there when Texas come to Ann Arbor, because I like the comment Quinn Ewers made this week. Did you see what he said?
What did he say?
He said, "Yeah, it's gonna be real good to go up there for that team up north." I say, "See, he got that Ohio State in his blood." He didn't call them Michigan. He said the team up north.
Okay.
Hey, I think I might go on up there and sit in the student section with the Ricky Williams jersey on.
Okay, all right. I like to see that. We gonna have to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. All right. Let's see here. Let's finish the baseball section. All-Star Game was last week. Oscar Hernandez hits wins the home run derby. American League wins the game. Jaron Duran, the MVP. Boston left fielder Tarek Scuba would score one inning of scoreless baseball with a 1-2-3 inning, and Riley Green from the Tigers went 0-2. All righty, we got some good comments coming through. We're gonna get to those in just a few minutes. Once again, don't forget to click share, and thank you guys for all the involvement this morning. Thank you guys for everybody on the other side of those screens, whether it's a computer screen or your phone, for being engaged today. We really do appreciate it. This makes things a whole lot more fun when everybody's involved. We get to get all the opinions going. It is great morning. Let's see here. First, we're gonna start with Steven talking about Tiger. He so Tiger just missed the cut yesterday in the Open in Scotland, and his comment was, let's see, make sure I can find it. Let's see. Let me scroll real quick. Boom. Tiger doesn't play in more tournaments. He won't contend again. These young kids on tour are just as good as Tiger in his heyday, and a bunch of them every week. And that's true. These kids, they're, country club sport. They out there playing it hours and hours and hours a day. But, the proof is in the pudding. You got to win them. You got to keep with. Are they just as good? But are they mentally tough to win as many back-to-backs as he did? Is it possible? Yes, because everything's possible. Nobody thought it was possible for Tiger to do what he did to begin with. Greg said the Tigers can get 4 to 5 prospects, top prospects out of the team that they trade for Scuba. Major League Ready, trade them, makes sense, because you can get some good prospects in your minor leagues as well as somebody ready to play. Makes sense to me.
There's my point. You won't go to the World Series. You trading, you're not going. You're not going anyway. But if you're trading, you're really not going.
Well, it's short term and long term. You got to think short term and long term at the same time.
If you trade short term, you're not going. If you keep him long term, you're not going. The key word is you're not going. That's the part you're not getting. You're not. Look, you can play the Guardians for the rest of the year. You're still not going. You're not going. That's
They're
here.
the
Say it
number
with
team
me.
in the,
On three. On three. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. You're not going.
I can't say that. I can't say that. All right. Stephen Harris says Lions improved their roster from last year. They should get to the Super Bowl. We're gonna table that. We're gonna table that. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but we're gonna save that discussion till when the preseason of football opens up.
Can I just comment, please, on that? Can I please
Go
just comment on that?
Go.
Okay. Mr. Harris, this is to you, Mr. You realize the NFL sets y'all up every year. You do good, then the very next year, your schedule gets tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Your bye week is week 5. That means you got to go 12 weeks hoping nobody gets injured. It's not gonna happen because you shown last year you can lose one of them running backs. You're gonna miss Josh Reynolds. You have no other option after the tight end Laporta, and after Brown. Who's the other threat? You don't have one. So one of them 3 go down. One of them 4 goes down. You can exclude the backfield because you did it without Montgomery and you did it with Gibbs. But if Laporta go down for a significant time or Brown go down for a significant, I'm not even going to put the Goff in the equation because if he goes, it's over. You got to go 12 weeks hoping don't nobody get hurt. And your schedule picks up after the bye. Done. 7-10. Done.
Like I said, we gonna table that. We're gonna table that. I know he said Brock Wright. Oh Lord, we're gonna table this.
Who's Brock Wright?
The backup quarterback. we gonna table that.
Ain't that the wrestler? Oh, that's Brock Lesnar. My bad.
Like I said, we got to table that. Oh Lord, we got to table that because I got to be prepared for that. I got my thoughts, but we're gonna table that. All right.
So when are we gonna start addressing it? Preseason?
In a couple more weeks, yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see, because I cannot wait. I really can't. I thought Brock Lesnar.
We need to put him at tight end so somebody trying to tackle the quarterback, he can body slam him like what's the name did for Deion Sanders. When what's the name played? He's a wrestler. He played for the Falcons, and Deion Sanders got hit out of bounds, and he went over and body slammed him. He got fined for it. What is his name? His son plays for Colorado now. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's a former. He was one of the famous ones too. I cannot think of it. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. Okay. If anybody can think of him, put his name in the comments, please. Yeah, J-Mo. I was gonna bring J-Mo, but we gonna table it. All right, we got to move forward because we still got a couple of good topics left to talk about. We got to touch on this one. Skip Bayless is leaving Undisputed. The handwriting was kind of on the wall to me from the very beginning when Shannon Sharp left.
Okay,
they took the little hiatus. The Carton Show was in that spot. The Carton Show was okay. It's a good lead-in show. It's not a great lead-in show. It's a good lead-in show. But when he came back all glitzy with the new rap song. The song is fire. Lil Wayne did a great job with it. But then they doing their best to juggle co-hosts. You got the former receiver that played in Tampa. You got say it again.
Keyshawn Johnson.
You got Keyshawn. You got the guy with the dreads who kept getting in trouble. What's his name? And you got the old boy from Dallas, number 88. He too busy spitting on everybody, and the other guy, Richard Sherman, arguing with Skip in the middle of the show. So the handwriting was kind of on the wall. The combination of those co-hosts, and they bringing people in back and forth, and Skip trying to be in ultimate control where, sometimes you got to release a little bit of control to keep the control.
Right. You know what, though? I know because I know we have both agreed on this show that we don't like this one individual. I take Skip over what's the name? That Mad Dog guy. Man, he is horrible. I can't even watch. I can't even watch First Take on Wednesdays. When he come, man, by dog, he is trash.
Now I have to tell you, you just kind of watch him a little bit more, and I understand Mad Dog's. His thing is his method to the madness. That's what you call him. He's a method to the madness kind of guy. If you listen to him, his points add up, but his delivery and the way he just carries himself, and sometimes he live on that edge of supremacy. If you understand what I'm saying, that's what drives me crazy with him.
Okay. Now, how long is a drive from Texas to Detroit?
19, 20 hours.
Can you imagine 20 hours in the car with him? Me, you, and him? Back to Detroit? Exactly. That's the epitome of it. No. Horrible.
I don't think we make it out of Oklahoma. Somebody had to get about that car. I'm not saying it's you. I'm not saying it's me. Well, I'm not saying it's him. But somebody had to get about that car.
Because you know that one time when I'm driving, you're in the back. Because 9 times out of 10, you being the gentleman you are, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, you sit next to Phil, right? Okay, so I'm driving, you're in the back, you're behind him. You know that one time, and we don't even need fuel because we just fueled up. But I'm like, hey, man, I gotta stop at this. Soon as he gets out and close that door, we gone. We gone. That guy is man.
He gonna be running behind the car like rerun.
Right. Yeah. I can see your cell phone blowing up, my cell phone blowing up. Be like, man, I thought you was in the car. I thought you was asleep. I didn't. No, that guy. Ugh. No, I take Skip, but I don't. You know what? I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't think Skip gonna come back to First State.
No, they say he's out. The word is that he's out, and that's it. They talked about. ESPN has already said, no, he's fine where he is. He will not be coming back to ESPN. We love him and we wish him all the best. They've already issued that statement. So that's what they said. The door's closed. The door's closed. We changed the combination, and your badge no longer works. Yeah, they already put that out there. No.
Oh, so we ain't got to worry about that happening.
Nah.
Okay.
Which I think is a good thing. Sometimes you got to move forward. You don't want to go backwards. Sometimes you
Correct.
Sometimes you got to move forward. All right. The Pistons JV team has a better record than the varsity. Summer League team was doing better than the regular season.
Oh my God! Why did y'all?
I got to catch I took a break yesterday to watch the end of the Summer League game. Both those teams didn't want that game last night. I'm watching. Was it New York? Was it? I think they were playing.
Yes.
One of the team won that game last night. They turned the ball over 15 times in the last 45 seconds of that game between both teams. Couldn't make the layups. Of course, they still kids, but that was crazy. I'm like, New York, you guys just hold on to the ball. They turned the ball over no less than 6 times in 45 seconds. And then the Pistons couldn't convert on the other side. So I will say this. It was competitive. It was a competitive game. You could tell that both teams wanted it. Pistons are now 2-2 in the summer league. And I'm not gonna lie, we always tease about the JV uniforms. Them uniforms really not that bad. I kind of do like them a little bit. Some of those teams have those. Say it again.
You won't see me with one.
Because like a lot of teams have those alternative uniforms. Some of those summer league uniforms are better than some of those alternative uniforms that they have.
You won't see me with one.
Well, I'm honestly, of course, I'm optimistic moving forward. They brought in some players. Whether or not it's going to work, we got to see.
Here we go.
But here it is. We can't complain that they not do nothing. But when they do something, we got to see what happens. We got to give it a chance. We got to see what happens. We got to give them.
God, here we go. How many games they win last year?
14, 15.
14. Okay. And 14 and 6 is how much? 20? Okay.
14 out of 82. Whew. Ooh, Lord. All right. Nick Chubb, running back for the Cleveland Browns, was shown squatting 500 pounds 8 months after tearing his Achilles, not Achilles, but his ACL. They say he's going to be ready for the season. Modern medicine is outrageous. Years ago, if you tore your ACL, that was pretty much a death sentence to your career. You got the 8-inch scar on your knee. They tore it up. Now it's laparoscopic. It's outpatient surgery. They can either repair what you got, or they can go in quickly and get a piece of cadaver, or I think goat knee or something like that. Fix you up and he back up in there. I wish him the best when coming back, because they play in the toughest conference in the NFL. And that conference you got Cleveland, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and who am I missing? And there's one more team in Pittsburgh. So that's easily the toughest four in the NFL. So they gonna need him back. Nick Chubb is a good player. And last, quickly, we got a 14-year-old player makes his soccer debut, Mr. Kevin Sullivan, in the MLS, youngest player to do so. Just a little bit younger than Freddie Adu by a couple months. To me, he looked like a 14-year-old out there playing against the grown men. He didn't start. They brought him in a little bit later in the game. I'm not saying the kid isn't good, but he basically looked like a 14-year-old who just, playing in the pickup game that got some run at the end. That's what he looked like to me. I'm hoping that he pans out in the future, moving forward. But we shall see. All right, y'all. We coming down the home stretch. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause as we get ready for Stupid Sports News. All right. First, we're going to start with Jerry Rice. As a celebrity golf outing, threatens a reporter to whoop his tail. The reporter asked him a question, and you can tell that what was filmed, in my opinion, wasn't exactly what was shown from what he was saying, what the reporter said. It seemed like to me the reporter said a whole lot more to Jerry than what was actually filmed and what was shown on TV. And at the end, the reporter's like, well, what did I do? And you could tell that Jerry's response was like, get this man away from me. And he started cussing at him. He's gonna beat him down. Did you see it? Did I send you that clip?
Yeah, you sent me. Yeah.
To me, the first thing I said is there's way more to this than what they shown. They only show him ask a question about Kansas City receivers, having enough receivers to come back and win it again. I said no, it's got to be more than this. It's got to be, or either that or they have a history, and he was trying to antagonize him, because that's not a Jerry Rice response.
No, it isn't.
Because he played against Deion. Deion antagonized you. If he didn't let Deion get up under his skin, like his best friend did out of Flint, that he did his best friend out of Flint.
Are you talking about Andre Rice? Bad Rice.
Yeah, if Deion can get on Andre Rice's skin, of course that's his boy. But they was boys from San Francisco. If he wouldn't let Deion get up on his skin, Atlanta. Yeah, they played against each other in Atlanta. They was teammates in Frisco. Played against each other again when they were in Frisco and Dallas. So to me, it's just something about that just didn't sit right. That you could tell that just wasn't exactly kosher, where it didn't quite work out. The question didn't go over that we heard that wasn't exactly right. What are your thoughts on that?
You're probably right. Because 9 times out of 10, usually when people mess with you or you got a history with a certain reporter, or like Chris Paul, right? Chris Paul and that one ref don't get along for nothing.
And they did a commercial together.
Out there. Like, it's really out there. Like right. Steve Javi, when he was still reffing, him and Rasheed Wallace, he would tee Rasheed. Remember, he teed Rasheed up just for staring at him. And Steve Smith was like, wait a minute. Right. So
You
It's
remember
some
when Tim
history.
Duncan got kicked out the game sitting on the bench for laughing? You remember that?
Yeah, sure did. Yeah.
Was that Javi too? Or was that another guy?
That might have been somebody else. But then you could be right. That could have been Javi. But yeah, Steve Javi teed up Rasheed Wallace for staring at him.
Yeah.
He's like, get it. And Steve Smith went over there and was like, come on, man. He's like, Steve, get away from me, man. No, I warned him about staring at me. I don't get it, man. But Rasheed,
hands on hip.
yes. Rasheed Wallace, a lot of the stuff Rasheed Wallace did, he brought on himself.
What was it? Chauncey would always say, I would sometimes talk to the referee to tell them to give Rasheed a tech so we can get Rasheed locked in, because that was going to be 15 points right afterwards. I would go right to him. I'll just pass it to Rasheed and tell the referee, hey, you can't let him talk to you like that. Go and check him up. Go and tee him up.
Right. Teammates.
Just to get him locked in. He said that was a guaranteed win after that. That makes sense. All right. Of course, we cannot go without talking about Miss Ingrid Andress and the national anthem rendition that she sang on Monday night, right in between the HBCU game and the home run derby. She went out there and sang a not so traditional national anthem. I didn't think it was that bad when I first heard it, but I could tell that it was not what she was probably used to doing. They say that she's a great singer, and she comes out the next day and say, please forgive me, I was drunk. Don't tell nobody that. Just tell them you had an off night. Tell them that you was having problems, if your voice was bothering you, that it must have been somebody with a camera that was going to expose her and her drunkenness. Ain't no way I'm going to go in there and tell everybody I'm drunk. I was drunk, that I had one too many. I was too, 4 sheets to the wind. No. What do you think, sir?
Agreed. I mean, she messed up. She got her hand caught in the cookie jar. You're supposed to drink after, not before.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody consumes liquor differently, right? I don't know. I've never had a drink in my life. I don't know. Maybe I have a drink, my whole system shut down. I don't know. Shock to my system. I don't know. Everybody consumes liquor different. Mm-hmm.
I would hate to be around you if you drink. You probably try to fight the whole world.
No, you know what? A lot of people said because the way I am, is so full of life and the silliness, I'll probably just be quiet and shut down.
Okay, I would vote on the fighting, and I would have to carry you about it.
Why would I want to fight, man? I don't need liquor to fight. What does Curtis say? I don't want no problems. But if you want some problems, no problems.
But the liquor will cause the problems, is what I'm saying.
I don't believe so. I think I would be the opposite. I think I would just be quiet, and you'd be like, "What's wrong with him?" Ah, man, he had a few minutes. He had a few hooks.
Okay, all right. I would hope that would be the case. Let's not practice this. Let's not find out.
Oh, man, I'm 49. I've never had a drink. Why would I start now?
That's my point. Let's not find out. Let's not find out. All right, everybody. Thank you for another wonderful show. We will be back next Saturday, July 27th. Same bat time, same bat channel. Let everybody know we here. You can still go back and watch the replay. If you leave a remark on other one of the platforms, I will get back to you. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Love and Stuff Diaspora. There's still shows that are going on. We got Love and Stuff on Tuesday nights. We've been Marcus has been pushing it back just a little bit. The actual Love and Stuff show. Watch him so you can get his famous news at 11. You gotta hear him say news at 11 and understand what that means. So we can for one of the shows. We got Dr. Valencia Edner. Last week was the pastor's appreciation. Had an opportunity to go and take my family there for that. Dr. V, she comes on Wednesdays. Her show kind of bounces around a little bit. I got to talk to her directly, see what time her show starts, so we can make sure we get as many eyes and viewers for that. Because if you guys haven't figured it out, we're a Christian-based show. We do our best not to say any bad words or be disparaging, anything like that on our show. Don't get me wrong. We humans, and we may slip up every now and then. Somebody told us we had to put some money in the swear jar some weeks ago. I don't even know what we said, but if he said we did it, he probably did it. We probably did it. And we still got to get Brother Williams to come back for Loving the Scriptures, Loving Music, Loving History. He does this show on Wednesday nights. I am proud, once again, sir, to host the show with you. You have a great, great day. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And we shall see you all in 7 days. Be safe, everybody.